You talk about down the drain. Some people are saying you should call it up the drain because there's stuff popping out and sending manhole covers up in the air.
Well, it's the added pressure.
Mayor LaToya Cantrell says added pressure from improved drainage uptown is now laying bare some long-standing problems in the rest of the city's drainage system. Good evening, I'm Katie Moore.
And I'm Karen Swenson. People are cleaning up today after yesterday's heavy storms caused flooding yet again in some parts of New Orleans.
We have team down the drain coverage tonight. Erica Ferrando is talking to business owners who've been hit several times. Also, we have David Hammer.
Yeah, looking at new concerns that a $1 billion federal drainage project could be making flooding worse in areas of New Orleans that rarely flooded before.
David's beginning our coverage now with more. David, this is something the mayor has even raised concerns about. What'd you find out?
Well, Katie and Karen, anybody who remembers who spent any time uptown will remember those massive Sewa box culverts that took years to install under Jefferson, Napoleon, Louisiana, and Claiborne Avenues. They were built as super highways for drainage. Well, it looks like they're doing the job maybe a little too well for the rest of the drainage system. Back in 2017, Flood Authority watchdog Roy Arago noticed something had changed about where New Orleans floods, and he couldn't help looking at the newly improved drainage uptown as the culprit.
That area of town was draining more efficiently. So that water was filling all of the vessels, all the pipelines, getting out. So other parts of the city that were trying to dump into that drainage system, the drainage system was already full of water from that more efficient area.
This is pump station number 1 in Broadmoor. It connects to pump station 2 and 3 down Broad Street and forms the spine of the pumping system in the city of New Orleans. But the theory of unintended consequences is that the Sewa projects, those underground culverts, have been so successful at moving water out of uptown quickly that it's now overwhelming the system in the central part of the city, in mid-city, and causing areas that didn't flood before, like downtown and the lower Garden District, to flood. Rich Rainey of the Sewerage and Water Board says engineers are looking into that now and plan to release a report in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Are there new parts of the system that are causing problems that maybe were unintended consequences?
Well, I don't know, and that's the honest answer. And we are trying to get to the bottom of that.
Colonel Steve Murphy of the Corps of Engineers says his engineers are meeting with Sewerage and Water Board tomorrow, but it wouldn't be fair to pin it on his agency.
It's an extremely complex system with drainage pipes, culverts, pumps. So it's not just a simple, hey, Sewa is moving out water too fast and it's causing flooding.
Mayor LaToya Cantrell says it's on her local agencies to maximize the benefits of the Sewa work.
Well, see, we're not getting a full view or the full benefit of the Sewa projects because there's so much work still left to be done.
Arago is just glad his theory from 2 years ago is finally getting some attention.
Glad to hear there's some traction on that and that they're going to be looking at it. Hopefully they'll get it fixed.
The question now is, if changes have to be made in the Sewa projects, who will be responsible? Colonel Murphy from the Corps told me today that the Sewerage and Water Board officially owns the culverts now, but his agency is willing to help. And Rich Rainey said the Sewerage and Water Board owes it to the city to find the solution to this.
I think who has to pay depends on what the problem is, right?
Exactly, and that's what we're hoping to find out from this report in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
I know. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure you are as well.